On the 6th of June 2023, Ange Postecoglu arrived at Tottenham Hotspur. The club was in desperate need of rejuvenation. Postecoglu's arrival heralded a new chapter for Spurs, characterised by an unmistakable feel-good factor that began to take root almost immediately and grew significantly very quickly. He finally replaced Spurs' boring tactics and defensive football for a high-pressure attacking football, which is what the fans had been begging for. But now, sitting just a few spots above the relegation zone and with only 4 clean sheets this season, is it a case of be careful what you wish for? The Australian manager's appointment was met with cautious optimism. Although he arrived with an impressive track record, including domestic and European success with Celtic, he was relatively untested in the Premier League. However, his reputation for playing attacking, high-energy football and his ability to connect with fans provided hope. Spurs supporters, wary of pragmatic and uninspiring football under previous managers like Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, were eager for a fresh approach. Postecoglu's ethos of expansive football and his calm yet confident demeanour struck an instant chord. One of the first signs of a positive shift was Postecoglu's transparent and humble communication style. In his early interviews, he emphasised his commitment to bringing entertaining football to the club, as well as his respect for Tottenham's traditions. His authenticity resonated with a fan base that had felt alienated by some of the club's recent managerial appointments. He also made it clear that he wasn't intimidated by the size of the task ahead, winning over doubters with his quiet determination. A pivotal moment in building this feel-good factor was how Postecoglu handled the departure of club legend Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. Losing their all-time top scorer could have destabilised Spurs, but Postecoglu turned the narrative around. Rather than dwell on the loss, he focused on creating a collective identity, encouraging players to take responsibility and adapt. This approach not only united the squad, but also gave fans a sense of belief that Spurs could thrive even without their talisman. On the pitch, Postecoglu's philosophy began to bear fruit almost immediately. His brand of attacking football, featuring quick transitions, high pressing, and positional fluidity, transformed Spurs into one of the most exciting teams in the league. Players like James Maddison and Son Heung-min flourished under his system, while previously overlooked talents such as Yves Bissouma and Pape Matar Sarr were reinvigorated. The team's thrilling performances, combined with an unbeaten start to the Premier League season, fueled optimism and brought joy to the Tottenham Hotspur stadium. Off the pitch, Postecoglu's impact extended to the fans. The connection between the team and the supporters, which had frayed in recent years, was restored. The manager's humility, sense of humour, and ability to embrace the club's culture endeared him to the fan base. Chants of Ange Ball echoed around the stadium, reflecting a collective excitement about the direction Spurs were heading. In the months following his appointment, Tottenham's resurgence became one of the stories of the season. While challenges inevitably lay ahead, the feel-good factor under Postecoglu proved that Spurs had not only rediscovered their identity, but had also rekindled hope for a brighter future. Postecoglu's system relies heavily on a high defensive line, quick ball recovery, and fluid attacking transitions. While this philosophy initially produced thrilling football, it has highlighted Tottenham's defensive vulnerabilities. The aggressive pressing and advanced positioning leave large spaces behind the back line, which opponents have exploited with alarming regularity. The absence of a robust defensive foundation has meant that when Spurs fail to convert their chances, they're often punished at the other end. Injuries to key defenders like Mickey van de Ven and Christian Romero, and not to mention their starting goalkeeper Vicario, have further exacerbated the situation. Backup options lack the pace and tactical awareness needed to thrive in Postecoglu's system, or they themselves have got injured, such as Ben Davies, leading to costly individual errors and lapses in concentration. Postecoglu has recently come out and expressed his contentedness with the makeshift defenders this season, having a tough time too, but doing well considering the circumstances. This was, of course, aimed at Dragusin and Archie Gray, who has showcased remarkable versatility and maturity this season. At just 18, he's adeptly filled roles in midfield, right back, and even as a makeshift central defender during crucial matches. Ultimately, Postecoglu's prioritisation of attack over defence has not yielded consistent results. To save Tottenham's season, he may need to strike a better balance, ensuring that defensive solidity underpins their attacking intent. The combination of tactical naivety and an injury-ravaged squad has resulted in a series of poor performances. A particularly telling moment was the 3-2 defeat to Everton, where Spurs found themselves 3-0 down in the first half. Despite a spirited comeback attempt, the loss highlighted the team's defensive disarray and inability to control matches. Such performances have led to growing frustration among supporters, with some even expressing fears of relegation. Former player Jamie O'Hara voiced concerns, stating that without significant changes, Tottenham could be dragged into a relegation battle. One main concern of the fans is the inconsistency. For example, as of the 24th of January 2025, Spurs sit 15th with 4 clean sheets, as I mentioned, but 2 of these 4 have come against Man United in a 3-0 win and Man City in a 4-0 battering. For more on City's downfall, click here and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. Despite the mounting pressure, the Tottenham hierarchy have publicly backed Postecoglu, acknowledging the challenges posed by injuries and expressing a desire to strengthen the squad in the January transfer window. Clubs' involvement in cup competitions such as the Carabao Cup and Europa League do offer potential avenues for redemption. The convergence of defensive vulnerabilities, an unprecedented injury crisis, and inconsistent performances has placed Spurs in an unenviable position. The coming months will be crucial as the club seeks to reinforce the squad, regain form, and steer clear of the relegation zone. The resilience of the players, the strategic acumen of the management, and the unwavering support of the fans will all be tested as Tottenham navigate this challenging period. One of the brightest sparks for Spurs this season has been James Maddison. Signed in the summer of 2023, Maddison quickly became the creative heartbeat of the team. His vision, ability to pick out key passes, and knack for scoring crucial goals have been integral. Maddison's set-piece delivery has also been a significant asset, contributing to both goals and assists. As of the end of January, he's the top scorer for Spurs in the Prem. Despite the team's overall struggles, Maddison's performances have been decent, making him one of the standout players in the squad. Sonny has been trying to help out with some crucial goals and leading by example, as he has inspired teammates during challenging periods. Solanke, despite his relatively low numbers for a top 6 side striker with just 7 goals, is a key part of Spurs' system. His relentless pressing leads the Premier League with 240 pressures in the attacking third this season. Dom's recent injury is another setback for Tottenham Hotspur. Solanke's injury, expected to sideline him for several weeks, will add to Spurs' attacking woes, with Richarlison already struggling with form and fitness. Solanke's absence leaves Spurs with fewer attacking options. This injury intensifies the pressure on Son to continue scoring and forces Ange to rely even more heavily on his remaining forwards, reducing squad flexibility. Richarlison will have to step up. Best of luck, Spurs fans. While the league remains a priority, Tottenham's involvement in cup competitions could offer a valuable opportunity to salvage the season and even save Ange's job. A strong run in the FA Cup, Europa League, or even just winning the EFL Cup would not only boost morale but also demonstrate tangible progress under Postecoglu. Success in a cup competition could buy him time and strengthen his position within the club. This would also unite the fan base and provide tangible evidence of progress under his leadership. Cups often offer a clean slate, allowing teams to set aside league disappointments and focus on achieving something memorable. Tottenham Hotspur's gritty 1-0 win over Liverpool in the EFL Cup marked a significant moment in their season, keeping alive hopes of ending their long trophy drought. The decisive moment came in the second half, when James Maddison calmly slotted home after a slick team move, showcasing his quality in high-pressure situations. Spurs' defensive resilience was equally impressive, with Christian Romero and Mickey van der Ven leading a well-organised backline that nullified Liverpool's potent attack. Ange Postecoglu's side demonstrated maturity and determination, qualities that have been questioned during their league struggles. This victory has provided a much-needed morale boost for both the players and fans, reigniting belief that Spurs can go all the way in the competition. The EFL Cup represents a realistic opportunity for Tottenham to secure their first silverware since 2008, a milestone that would not only bring joy to supporters, but also validate Postecoglu's long-term project and instill a winning mentality within the squad. This result put Spurs up 1-0 before an away trip to Anfield on the 6th of February. A huge game that Spurs fans will be excited for due to their 1-0 lead, but also incredibly apprehensive, as a 1-0 lead is certainly not enough to stop a very strong Liverpool side. The winner of this tie will play either Arsenal or Newcastle, who secured an impressive 2-0 win over the Gunners at the Emirates and will fancy their chances for sure. Is this Spurs' best chance for a trophy this season? After all, Ange has piled the pressure upon his own shoulders, often reminding pundits and journalists alike that he always wins a trophy in his second season. If he doesn't, he'll surely get the sack, right? The Europa League is for sure another avenue for redemption. European success would provide Spurs with the added prestige of continental recognition and direct qualification to the Champions League. Winning the competition is a realistic goal if Postecoglu can stabilise the team and foster a sense of belief. Key fixtures against top European sides would test Spurs' mettle, but also give players invaluable experience. Postecoglu must ensure tactical discipline and squad rotation to manage the demands of the competition effectively. The overall injury crisis has stretched Spurs' squad, affecting their overall performances and consistency as they attempt to stay competitive in both domestic and European competitions. Tottenham's attacking philosophy under Postecoglu has been a double-edged sword. While the team has looked dynamic going forward, defensive vulnerabilities have cost them dearly. To stabilise results, Postecoglu needs to prioritise defensive organisation. This could involve adjusting the high defensive line, which has left Spurs exposed to counter-attacks, particularly against pacey opposition. A more compact shape in certain games or periods of play might help limit goals conceded. Recruitment in the January transfer window will also be critical. With injuries to key defenders, Spurs need reinforcements at centre-back. Adding an experienced and reliable defender to the squad could provide the solidity they currently lack. Additionally, improving defensive contributions from fullbacks such as Pedro Porro and Destiny Udogie through better positioning and tactical awareness will be crucial. While Tottenham's defence has struggled, their attack has also lacked consistency. Postecoglu must find ways to make the team more clinical in front of goal. The key part of this strategy should be getting the best out of Richarlison, who has, to put it lightly, underperformed. Postecoglu should also integrate younger players or academy prospects into the first team to add energy and competition for places. Trusting fresh faces could inspire the squad and galvanise fans. Ultimately, a trophy would do more than salvage the season. It could redefine Postecoglu's tenure and restore the club's reputation as one capable of achieving meaningful success. The momentum and positivity generated by a cup triumph could also propel Spurs into a stronger position for the following season.